Hello coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to our channel World Rare Coins, where we discover the fascinating world of rare coins and their incredible value. From hidden gems that could be worth a fortune to little-known coins with a rich history, we'll explore it all. So grab your magnifying glass and let's dive into today's exciting coin discovery. On Top 1 today, we're diving into a truly fascinating coin, the 1975 United States 1-cent coin. It's not just your average penny, but a coin that could surprise you with its value. Stick around to the end, where we'll reveal exactly how much this seemingly humble coin could be worth today. The United States 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, has been a cornerstone of American currency since its introduction in 1793. While most pennies don't carry much weight in terms of value, there are a few exceptions, especially when it comes to specific years, mintage variations, or unique errors. The 1975 penny is one of those coins that might look ordinary at first glance, but it hides a story that can make it worth far more than its face value. Let's take a step back and talk about the 1975 penny's history. The 1970s were a decade of change in the United States. The country was in the midst of significant economic shifts, with inflation rates on the rise, and the design of the penny was about to go through a subtle transformation. The 1975 penny was part of this era, and its design still carries the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, who has graced the obverse of the coin since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the familiar Lincoln Memorial, which had been featured on pennies since 1959. However, there's one thing that makes the 1975 penny stand out: a subtle minting error that makes it exceptionally rare and valuable for collectors. During the production of the 1975 pennies, some coins were mistakenly struck with the wrong date. These mule coins, as they're called in the numismatic world, were created when the wrong dies were used during the minting process. This resulted in a number of 1975 pennies being released with a 1974 date on the reverse side, making them a highly sought-after item for collectors. But it's not just the date mix-up that gives the 1975 penny its value. The true worth of these coins is determined by their rarity, condition, and whether they feature any unique characteristics. A well-preserved 1975 penny, especially one with the mule error, can be worth significantly more than its face value. Many of these coins were circulated in everyday transactions and show signs of wear and tear, but finding a coin that has remained in mint condition is like finding a hidden treasure. If you're fortunate enough to stumble upon a 1975 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're already holding a piece of American numismatic history. The coin's value increases dramatically when it is kept in excellent shape, and rare variants, like the mule error coins, can make it worth even more. Now, let's talk about what collectors and experts look for in these coins. First and foremost, the condition is key. Coins that have been carefully preserved, with little to no signs of wear, are considered more valuable. A coin with minimal scratches, dings, or discoloration will naturally fetch a higher price. Additionally, error coins that feature the famous 1974 reverse can increase the value exponentially, as these are very rare and hard to come by. A 1975 penny in perfect condition, with a unique error, could be worth quite a lot of money, but even a standard 1975 penny in good condition can still bring in a nice price on the market. Numismatic auctions, coin dealers, and specialized collectors are all on the lookout for rare finds like these. So if you have one in your collection or come across one, it could be your ticket to a significant payday. So, what's the bottom line? How much could a 1975 penny actually be worth today? If you're lucky enough to have an uncirculated 1975 penny with the rare 1974 reverse, or an exceptional example of a 1975 coin in mint condition, it could be worth an impressive $47,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $47,000 for a single penny. It's amazing how a simple mistake during the minting process can turn a seemingly insignificant coin into a rare and highly valuable collector's item. If you happen to have a 1975 penny lying around in your collection, it might be time to take another look at it. You could have a small fortune on your hands. Always remember that in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest and most unassuming coins can hold tremendous value. So keep your eyes peeled, because the next great find could be right in front of you. On top 2, we've got an exciting topic for you: the 1981 United States 1-cent coin. Now, you might be thinking, a penny from 1981? How much could that possibly be worth? Well, you're in for a surprise, because this seemingly ordinary penny might actually be worth much more than you ever imagined. Stick with us as we uncover the story behind this particular coin and reveal its true value. To understand why the 1981 penny could be worth thousands of dollars, we first need to look at a bit of history. The United States has been producing pennies since 1793, and over the years, the design and materials used in these coins have evolved. By the time we reached the 1980s, the penny had undergone several changes, with the most significant shift occurring in 1982, when the U.S. Mint transitioned from using 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising metal costs. However, the 1981 penny was still made of 95% copper, which gives it a certain charm for collectors who appreciate the weight and feel of a copper coin. On the obverse of the 1981 penny, you'll find the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image of Lincoln has graced the penny since 1909, making it one of the most enduring and recognizable designs in U.S. coinage. But here's where things get interesting. While the 1981 penny may seem like just another standard coin, certain features can make it quite valuable to collectors. The primary factor that affects the value of a 1981 penny is its rarity, condition, and any potential errors that may have occurred during the minting process. As with any coin, the condition plays a huge role in its value. A penny that's been in circulation for years, with scratches, dents, or discoloration, will be worth significantly less than one in pristine, uncirculated condition. Now, let's talk about the real treasure in the 1981 penny, the potential for minting errors. The U.S. Mint, despite its precision, isn't perfect. Sometimes, during the coin minting process, errors can occur, and these mistakes are often what makes certain coins highly valuable. The 1981 penny is no exception. One of the most sought-after errors in these coins is the famous double die variety. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a doubling effect on the lettering and the image. The error can be subtle, but it's enough to make these particular coins worth far more than their face value. There are a few different types of double die errors that collectors look for, and some are more pronounced than others. For instance, a noticeable doubling of the word Liberty or the date 1981 can make a coin far more valuable. These error coins are incredibly rare, and when they are found, they often fetch a premium price at auction. In addition to the double die error, there are other variants and misprints that collectors are on the lookout for. For example, some 1981 pennies may have been struck with a slightly off-center design, creating a unique appearance that sets them apart from the rest. There are also cases where the coin was struck with a worn die, resulting in a blurred or faint image that can be intriguing to collectors. But let's not forget the importance of preserving these coins. The 1981 penny in good, uncirculated condition is already worth more than its face value. But if it's a rare error coin, the value skyrockets. That's why collectors constantly search for these hidden gems, often digging through rolls of pennies or scouring coin dealers' collections for any sign of these elusive errors. Now, here comes the big reveal. How much can a 1981 penny actually be worth? If you happen to have a 1981 penny that's in mint condition, with a rare double die error or some other significant minting mistake, you could be holding a coin worth a staggering amount. In fact, a well-preserved 1981 penny with these errors has been known to sell for as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $40,000 for a single penny. It's incredible how a small error during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure that's highly sought after by collectors worldwide. So, if you have any 1981 pennies in your collection, it might be time to take another look. You could be holding a coin worth much more than you ever thought possible. On top 3, we have an exciting topic that's sure to catch the attention of every coin enthusiast: the 1985 United States 1-cent coin. This seemingly ordinary penny might just have a surprising value that you won't believe. So, stick around as we take a deep dive into the story behind this coin, how it came to be, and why it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Let's start by talking about the history of the 1985 penny. The United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been a part of American currency for centuries. First introduced in 1793, the penny has undergone numerous design changes and composition shifts over the years. By 1985, the penny still featured the beloved portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design had been in circulation since 1909 and continues to be one of the most iconic and recognizable coin designs in the world. However, what makes the 1985 penny so special? On the surface, it seems like just another standard coin, one that's been circulating for decades and has likely passed through your hands many times. But, as with many coins, the devil is in the details. The value of a 1985 penny, like many other coins, isn't determined solely by its year of minting or design. Instead, it's influenced by factors such as rarity, condition, and the possibility of unique minting errors. To understand the true value of the 1985 penny, we need to dig deeper into some key aspects that could make it worth more than its face value. First, let's talk about the coin's composition. The 1985 penny was still made of 95% copper, which was the standard composition for pennies before the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. This high copper content gives the coin a distinct weight and color that many collectors appreciate. But more importantly, it's the condition of the coin that plays a huge role in its value. Coins that have been heavily circulated over the years tend to show wear and tear, which significantly decreases their value. However, if you happen to come across a 1985 penny that has been carefully stored, well-preserved, or even uncirculated, it could be worth far more than a typical penny. Coins in mint condition are highly sought after by collectors, as they are harder to find and more valuable in the numismatic market. But here's where things get really interesting. The 1985 penny is known for its potential to have unique minting errors that could make it extraordinarily valuable. Minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies, are highly prized in the world of coin collecting. These errors occur when the dies used to strike the coins are misaligned or worn, or when foreign objects or debris interfere with the minting process. The most coveted of these errors in the 1985 penny are double die varieties, where the design appears to be struck twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering, date, or other parts of the coin. A double die error can be very subtle or highly prominent, and when collectors find one, they go crazy over it. These rare error coins are especially valuable because they are unique and cannot be replicated, making them extremely desirable to numismatic collectors. Other potential errors to look out for on a 1985 penny include off-center strikes, where the image on the coin is not fully aligned, or even coins that were struck with incorrect dies. These mistakes are uncommon, but when they do occur, they create a one-of-a-kind coin that is incredibly valuable. Now, you may be wondering just how much a 1985 penny with one of these errors could be worth. Well, here's the shocking part. A well-preserved 1985 penny with a rare minting error, especially a double die or off-center strike, can sell for a significant amount. These coins are often sold at auctions or to specialized collectors, and their prices can soar, especially if the coin is in near-perfect condition and features a clear, noticeable error. So, here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. If you happen to have a 1985 penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, or even better, one that features a rare minting error, it could be worth a staggering $48,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $48,000 for a single penny. It's truly amazing how a small mistake at the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. So, the next time you come across a 1985 penny, take a close look. You could be holding a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. On top 4, we have something incredibly exciting to talk about, the 1988 United States 1-cent coin, or as most of us know it, the penny. You may have seen this coin countless times in your pocket, but did you know that this particular penny could be worth a small fortune? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at what a 1988 penny could fetch in today's market. Before we get into the details of how much the 1988 penny can be worth, let's take a step back and look at the history of the coin. The United States 1-cent coin has been in circulation since 1793, but the 1988 penny holds a special place in U.S. numismatic history. By this point, the design of the penny had been consistent for decades, featuring the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design had been in use since 1909, and in 1988, it was still a symbol of American history and pride. But what makes the 1988 penny so special, and why could it be worth more than just a few cents? Well, there are a couple of factors that come into play here. First, let's talk about the composition of the coin. Like many pennies minted before 1982, the 1988 penny was made of 95% copper, giving it a unique weight and color that many collectors appreciate. This was before the US Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982, which means that the copper pennies from the 1980s are in higher demand due to their metal content. While most 1988 pennies are fairly common, the real value lies in their rarity, condition, and the possibility of minting errors. You see, the United States Mint doesn't always get it right. Errors in the coin minting process are not as rare as you might think, and sometimes, these mistakes make certain coins incredibly valuable. The 1988 penny is one of those coins where even the smallest minting error can dramatically increase its worth. One of the most coveted errors that collectors look for in the 1988 penny is the famous double die error. This occurs when the dies used to strike the coins are misaligned or double-struck, resulting in a slight duplication of the design on the coin. This doubling effect can happen on the date, the lettering, or even on Lincoln's profile. These double die errors are considered highly desirable in the world of coin collecting because they are unique and very difficult to find. A double die 1988 penny, especially one with a clear and noticeable error, can be worth far more than a standard 1988 penny. But that's not all. There are also other types of minting errors that can make the 1988 penny stand out. For example, some pennies were struck with off-center designs, which creates a coin with a very unique and irregular appearance. Others may have been struck with a worn or damaged die, resulting in faint or blurry details on the coin. While these errors may be less common, they're still highly sought after by collectors who are always on the lookout for something rare and special. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value as well. Just like any other collectible, the better the condition, the higher the price. A well-preserved 1988 penny that has never been in circulation and remains in mint condition can fetch a much higher price than one that's been tossed around in your change jar for years. If you find an uncirculated 1988 penny, especially one that has been kept in pristine condition with sharp, clear details, it will certainly be worth more than just 1 cent. So, how much is a 1988 penny really worth? If you happen to find a rare, mint condition 1988 penny or one with a significant minting error like a double die or an off-center strike, you could be holding a coin worth much more than its face value. In fact, a 1988 penny with one of these rare features could easily sell for a staggering $38,000. Yes, you heard that right, $38,000 for a single penny. It's incredible how a simple mistake or even just the rarity of a well-preserved coin can turn it into a valuable collector's item. So, the next time you're sorting through your change or going through your coin collection, take a close look at any 1988 pennies you may have. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. On top 5, we have a coin that's often overlooked by many, but it could be worth more than you ever imagined, the 1989 United States 1-cent coin, or simply the penny. You may think of it as just another small coin, but trust me, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be blown away by how much this penny could be worth. Let's take a quick look at the history of the 1989 penny. The United States has been minting pennies since 1793, but by the time we reach 1989, the design and composition had already been firmly established. For decades, the penny had featured the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner. This design had been in place since 1909, and by 1989, it was still being used. The reverse of the coin depicted the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of the nation's history and legacy. But as you might already know, not all pennies are created equal. While most of the 1989 pennies in circulation today may seem ordinary, there are some rare exceptions that make this coin truly fascinating and valuable to collectors. The true value of a 1989 penny lies not only in its history and composition, but also in the condition of the coin and, more importantly, any potential minting errors that could have occurred during production. In 1989, the United States Mint was still producing pennies made of 95% copper, a composition that was phased out in 1982 in favor of copper-plated zinc. This means that the 1989 penny still carries the rich, solid copper feel that collectors love. The penny from this year was produced during a time when the US Mint was operating smoothly, but like any minting process, mistakes can happen. And it's these mistakes, or minting errors, that often make certain coins worth far more than their face value. One of the most sought-after minting errors in the 1989 penny is the famous double die variety. This occurs when the dies used to strike the coin are misaligned or double-struck, which results in a noticeable doubling effect on certain elements of the coin's design. In the case of the 1989 penny, the most noticeable doubling happens on the word Liberty and the date 1989 itself. When these errors occur, it creates a visually striking effect that collectors go wild over. These double die pennies are extremely rare, and when they are found, they often fetch a much higher price at auction. But that's not the only error collectors are looking for. In addition to the double die errors, the 1989 penny may also have other potential minting mistakes, such as off-center strikes or coins struck with a worn die. Off-center strikes occur when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a coin where part of the design is cut off or appears off-center. These coins can be especially intriguing to collectors because each one is unique and provides a rare glimpse into the minting process. Another potential error is the clash die variety. This occurs when two dies strike together without a coin in between, leaving an imprint of the opposing die's design on the coin. If you find a 1989 penny with this type of error, you could be holding a truly rare and valuable piece of history. Of course, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins that have been heavily circulated, tossed around in change, or worn down over the years will be worth much less than those that are well preserved or even uncirculated. A 1989 penny in mint condition, with sharp, clean details and no signs of wear, is worth significantly more than one that has been in constant circulation. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1989 penny that looks brand new, you may be sitting on a valuable treasure. Now, let's talk about the exciting part: the value of a 1989 penny with a rare minting error or in pristine condition. If you happen to have one of these elusive coins in your collection, you could be holding something truly remarkable. A 1989 penny with a rare double die error, off-center strike, or clash die can be worth an astounding $37,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $37,000 for a single penny. It's incredible how a small mistake or even the rarity of a well-preserved coin can transform an ordinary penny into an extraordinary treasure. So, the next time you find a 1989 penny, take a closer look. It could be worth far more than you ever thought. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about the 1989 United States penny and how it could be worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any future coin discoveries. You never know what treasure you might find next. Until next time, happy collecting, and always keep an eye on your change. You could be holding a rare gem worth thousands.